I just wanted to let you guys know that obviously I've been pretty quiet on this channel lately, except for those 3 order debate videos, which I was really glad to finally get those up. I've been meaning to do those for a long time. It took me a long time to edit them. But I've been pretty quiet here, but I've been pretty busy over at NarniaWeb on the podcast. Right now we're in the middle of a series where we're just going through each of the Narnia books one by one. And the format we've kind of settled into is we kind of go through each one chronologically from beginning to end. So it kind of plays almost like an audio commentary for a book. It's basically Aurelian and myself. We have the book open, we're flipping through them, and we just kind of point out anything that stands out to us, any questions we've had, what we like, what we don't like, what we think Lewis is doing here. Just a lot of fun, basically. We're just totally geeking out over everything. This is fun because over the past several years, we've talked about the first 3 Narnia books, of course, meaning Wardrobe, Caspian, and Don Shredder, a decent amount. With the movies coming out and everything, but we haven't really had a chance to really dive in. Lewis put so many layers, so much depth into these books, much more than we could ever put into a podcast. So it's nice to, with this extended break we have, and just to clarify, we don't know for sure if there is going to be a 4th Narnia film. I believe there will be. I believe that within the next 5-7 years, there'll be some kind of announcement of, okay, there's a script or they're moving forward. We'll hear something. That's what I believe. I don't know that for sure. So during this long break, now we have the chance to really dive into these books that we love so much. So we started with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and now we just recently posted Prince Caspian. And the one I'm really excited about doing is The Silver Chair, because, like I said, we talked about the first 3 Narnia books a decent amount, but the other 4, Silver Chair, Horse and His Boy, Magician's Nephew, Last Battle, we really haven't had much of a chance to really dive in and talk about those. We just sort of talked about them in passing. So finally, we'll really get the chance to talk about them more in depth. But before we get to The Silver Chair, we still have to do Don Shredder here, and that's where we need you guys. One of the things we've been struggling with doing these podcasts is what do we talk about and what do we not talk about? Because any of these books, we could easily do a 5-hour podcast on, easily. So we need some help narrowing it down a little bit. So if you have any suggestions for topics or any questions you have, you can send us an email or just post a comment. You can email Aurelian at NarniaWeb.com, or you can email me, glumpuddle@NarniaWeb.com. Obviously, we'll talk about all the major beats, all the major plot points, all the iconic and famous scenes. But there are so many little things in these books, especially Don Shredder, I think, that are so easy to forget about, so easy to skim over. So if you have any ideas for topics, maybe just observations like, hey, I really like how Lewis does this here, or maybe you have any questions, hey, I don't understand this part of the book, what do you think is happening here? Anything, and any ideas for what we can talk about during the discussion, please give us a message. We'd love to hear from you. So we're still accepting emails for Voyage of the Don Shredder. We'll be recording the podcast pretty soon here, so I hope to see you over at NarniaWeb.com.